Hello, beautiful soul. I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. Just breathe in slowly, and as you breathe out, let your shoulders drop and allow yourself to relax. I know you're here because something inside you is calling for change when it comes to money. Maybe you've been struggling with finances, feeling like no matter how hard you work, there's never enough. Or perhaps you've tried different methods to attract money and abundance, but nothing seems to stick. I want you to know that you're not alone in this journey, and more importantly, you're not broken or wrong for wanting more financial freedom in your life. There's something so beautiful about this moment we're sharing together. You've made the choice to be here, to open your heart and mind to new possibilities around money. That choice itself is already shifting your energy, even if you can't feel it yet. I've spent many years working with people just like you, people who carry deep wounds around money, who've been told they're not worthy of abundance, or who've learned to fear financial success. What I've discovered is that our relationship with money is really our relationship with ourselves. When we heal one, we heal the other. Money isn't just numbers in a bank account or pieces of paper in our wallet. Money is energy, and like all energy, it responds to our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. When we approach money from a place of fear, desperation, or unworthiness, we create resistance that blocks the very thing we're trying to attract. But when we approach money from a place of love, gratitude, and inner knowing that we deserve good things, we open the channels for abundance to flow into our lives naturally and easily. I want to share something with you that might surprise you. The method I'm going to teach you today isn't complicated or difficult. It doesn't require special skills or years of training. What it does require is your willingness to look at money differently, to release old patterns that no longer serve you, and to embrace a new way of being with abundance. This method has helped thousands of people transform their financial reality, not by changing what they do, but by changing who they are at their core. Right now, as we begin this journey together, I invite you to set an intention, not for how much money you want to make or what you want to buy, but for how you want to feel about money. Do you want to feel peaceful around finances? Do you want to feel confident in your ability to create wealth? Do you want to feel worthy of receiving good things? Whatever feeling comes up for you, hold it gently in your heart. This feeling will be our compass as we move forward together. Let's talk about where your relationship with money really began. It didn't start when you got your first job or opened your first bank account. It started much earlier, in your childhood, when you were absorbing everything around you like a little sponge. You were listening to how the adults in your life talked about money, watching how they behaved around financial decisions, and feeling the emotions that money brought up in your household. These early experiences created the foundation of your money story, and that story has been running your financial life ever since. Think about the messages you heard growing up. Maybe you heard things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that, or rich people are greedy. Perhaps you witnessed your parents fighting about money, or you felt the stress and anxiety that came up whenever bills arrived. On the other hand, maybe money was never discussed at all in your home, creating a sense of mystery or shame around the topic. All of these experiences shaped your subconscious beliefs about what money means and whether you're allowed to have it. What's fascinating is that these childhood messages become so deeply embedded in our minds that we don't even question them as adults. We simply accept them as truth and then wonder why our financial reality keeps reflecting these old beliefs. A child who heard, "There's never enough money," grows up to experience scarcity, even when they're earning a good income. A child who learned that money is the root of all evil might sabotage their own success to avoid being seen as bad or wrong. These patterns happen automatically, below the level of conscious awareness. But here's what I want you to understand. Those childhood messages were never about you. They were about the fears, limitations, and unhealed wounds of the people around you. The adults in your life were doing the best they could with the tools and understanding they had at the time. They passed down to you the same beliefs that had been passed down to them, creating generations of financial patterns that seemed impossible to break. But you have the power to break this cycle right now, in this moment, by choosing to see money through new eyes. Your family's relationship with money became your normal, even if it wasn't healthy or supportive. You learned not just what to think about money, but how to feel about it. If money brought stress to your household, your nervous system learned to associate financial topics with danger. If money was used as a tool for control or manipulation, you might have learned to fear financial dependence or independence. If money was scarce, you might have developed a survival mentality that makes it hard to trust in abundance even when it's available. The beautiful truth is that you get to choose your money story from now on. Those old beliefs and patterns served a purpose when you were young. They helped you navigate your family system and stay safe. But now, as an adult, you have the wisdom and power to examine these beliefs and decide which ones you want to keep and which ones you want to release. You can honor your past while creating a completely different financial future. Now, let's explore something that might be new to you: the connection between your thoughts about money and what's happening in your body. Your body is constantly responding to your thoughts and emotions, and this is especially true when it comes to financial stress. When you think about money problems, your body doesn't know the difference between an actual threat and an imagined one. It responds as if you're in real physical danger, flooding your system with stress hormones and putting you into fight, flight, or freeze mode. Notice what happens in your body right now as you think about your biggest money worry. Do your shoulders tense up? Does your breathing become shallow? Do you feel a knot in your stomach or tightness in your chest? These physical sensations aren't just random. They're your body's way of responding to the stress and fear you're carrying about money. And here's what's important to understand. When your body is in this state of stress and contraction, you're actually blocking the flow of abundance into your life. Abundance flows most easily when we're in a state of relaxation, openness, and receptivity. Think about it. When you're tense and anxious, you make decisions from fear rather than wisdom. You might turn down opportunities because they feel too risky, or you might grab onto anything that promises quick money without considering whether it's truly aligned with your values. But when you're relaxed and trusting, you can see possibilities that weren't visible before. You can feel which opportunities are right for you and which ones to let pass by. The stress cycle around money can become a vicious loop. You worry about money, which creates stress in your body, which clouds your judgment and makes it harder to take positive action, which leads to more money problems, which creates more stress. Breaking this cycle requires a conscious choice to work with your body's wisdom rather than against it. When you learn to calm your nervous system around money topics, you create space for creative solutions and inspired action to emerge. Your thoughts about money are literally creating chemistry in your body. When you think thoughts of lack, fear, or unworthiness around money, your body produces stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are helpful in short bursts during real emergencies, but when they're constantly flowing because of chronic money worries, they actually suppress your immune system, cloud your thinking, and make it harder for you to see opportunities. On the other hand, when you think thoughts of gratitude, abundance, and possibility around money, your body produces feel-good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine that support your health and well-being. This is why the method I'm going to share with you works so powerfully. It's not just about changing your thoughts, it's about changing the entire energetic signature you're broadcasting to the world. When your thoughts, emotions, and body are all aligned in a state of abundance consciousness, you become like a magnet for financial opportunities. You start to notice things you never noticed before. People are drawn to your positive energy and want to do business with you. Doors open that seemed permanently closed. Understanding this mind-body connection helps you realize that healing your relationship with money isn't just about mental work. It's about creating safety in your entire system. Your body needs to know that it's safe to receive abundance, safe to take financial risks, safe to be visible and successful. When your body feels safe, your nervous system can relax, and in that relaxed state, you have access to your full creative potential and intuitive wisdom. The energy of money is meant to flow, just like water in a river. When we hold on to money too tightly out of fear, or when we push it away because we don't feel worthy, we create dams and blockages in this natural flow. But when we learn to work with money as energy, understanding that it wants to move and circulate and be used for good in the world, we can position ourselves in the flow rather than fighting against it. This shift from struggling with money to dancing with money changes everything. Now that we understand how deeply connected our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations are to our financial reality, I want to share with you the specific method that can transform your ability to attract money faster than you ever thought possible. This isn't just another manifestation technique that sounds good in theory but doesn't work in practice. This is a method that works because it addresses the root cause of financial struggle, the energetic frequency you're broadcasting to the universe. The method is built on a simple but profound truth. You must feel abundant before you become abundant. Most people have this backwards. They think they'll feel wealthy once they have money, but that's like trying to get a tan by staying indoors. The feeling of abundance is what attracts abundance. When you can genuinely feel wealthy, grateful, and financially secure from the inside out, regardless of your current bank balance, you create an energetic match for money to flow to you. Let me walk you through this step by step, because each part is important and builds on the one before it. The first step is what I call energetic alignment. This means getting your thoughts, emotions, and body all pointing in the same direction, toward abundance rather than lack. Most people sabotage their manifestation efforts because part of them wants money while another part fears it, or part of them believes they deserve wealth while another part feels guilty about wanting it. To create energetic alignment, you begin each day by connecting with the feeling of already having everything you need. Not from a place of pretending or forcing, but from a deep knowing that you are inherently valuable and worthy of good things. You might sit quietly for a few minutes and breathe into your heart, feeling gratitude for the abundance that's already present in your life. Your breath, your heartbeat, the roof over your head, the food in your kitchen. This isn't about denying your challenges, but about shifting your focus to what's working so you can create more of it. The second step is what I call future feeling. This is where you allow yourself to feel, in your body, how it would feel to have your financial goals already accomplished. Not just thinking about it, but actually experiencing the emotions and physical sensations of financial freedom. How does your body feel when you know you have enough money? How do you carry yourself when you're financially secure? What emotions arise when you think about being able to give generously and live without worry? This future feeling practice is powerful because your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between something you're vividly experiencing and something that's actually happening. When you consistently feel wealthy and abundant, your subconscious begins to accept this as your reality and starts looking for ways to make it true in your external world. Your brain begins to notice opportunities, connections, and possibilities that were always there but invisible to you when you were focused on lack. The third step involves what I call inspired action from abundance. This means taking steps toward your financial goals, not from desperation or fear, but from a calm, confident knowing that you're supported by the universe. When you're aligned with abundance consciousness, the actions you feel called to take are different from the actions you take when you're in scarcity mode. Abundance-based actions feel lighter, more joyful, and more sustainable. They're actions that honor your values and use your natural gifts. The fourth step is perhaps the most important: learning to receive. So many people block their own abundance because they're not comfortable receiving. They might pray for money, but then feel guilty when opportunities come. They might ask for help, but then reject it when it's offered. They might desire financial success, but then sabotage themselves when they start to achieve it. Learning to receive means developing the capacity to accept good things gracefully, to say yes to opportunities even when you feel a little scared, and to allow money to come to you in ways you might not have expected. This method works faster than traditional approaches because it addresses all levels of your being simultaneously. Instead of just working with your conscious mind through goal setting and planning, you're also healing your emotional relationship with money and retraining your nervous system to feel safe with abundance. You're aligning your energy with what you want rather than what you fear, and that alignment acts like a powerful magnet. What makes this method particularly effective is that it doesn't require you to change your entire life overnight. You can start practicing these steps right where you are, with whatever challenges you're currently facing. The key is consistency and gentleness with yourself. Like any new skill, this takes practice, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes, until living from abundance consciousness is simply who you are. Before we can fully embrace this new way of being with money, we need to clear away the old patterns and beliefs that are blocking our path. Think of it like cleaning out a closet. You can't put in new, beautiful clothes if the space is already full of things that no longer fit or serve you. The same is true with your money consciousness. We need to make space for new beliefs about abundance by gently releasing the old ones that have been limiting your financial flow. The first step in clearing these blocks is simply becoming aware of them. Most of our money blocks operate below the level of conscious awareness, running our lives from the shadows. These blocks might sound like, "I don't deserve to have money. If I have too much, others will have too little. Money changes people for the worse," or "I'm not smart enough to be wealthy." Some blocks are more subtle, like feeling uncomfortable when someone offers to pay for your meal, or automatically assuming you can't afford something before you even check the price. One beautiful way to uncover your hidden money blocks is through what I call emotional detective work. Pay attention to what happens in your body and emotions when money topics come up. Do you feel anxious when you check your bank balance? Do you feel angry when you see wealthy people? Do you feel shame when you can't afford something you want? These emotional reactions are clues pointing to deeper beliefs that need your loving attention. When you discover a money block, the most important thing is to approach it with compassion rather than judgment. These blocks were created as protection mechanisms, often when you were very young and vulnerable. They were your psyche's way of trying to keep you safe in an environment where money might have felt dangerous or unavailable. Thank these old beliefs for trying to protect you, and then gently let them know that you're safe now and ready to create new patterns. One of the most powerful ways to release money blocks is through forgiveness work. This doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior or pretending that financial wounds don't matter. It means freeing yourself from the emotional charge around past money experiences so they no longer control your present reality. You might need to forgive family members who passed down limiting beliefs. Forgive yourself for financial mistakes you've made, or forgive people who hurt you financially. Forgiveness around money often starts with forgiving yourself. Maybe you made investments that didn't work out, spent money impulsively, or trusted someone financially who betrayed that trust. These experiences can create deep shame and self-blame that blocks your ability to attract money in the future. Self-forgiveness means acknowledging that you did the best you could with the awareness and resources you had at the time, and choosing to learn from these experiences rather than be defined by them. Another important aspect of clearing money blocks is releasing the need to prove your worthiness through financial struggle. Many people unconsciously believe that they have to suffer for money, work incredibly hard for every dollar, or sacrifice their health and relationships for financial success. This martyrdom around money keeps you trapped in cycles of feast and famine, where money comes with great effort and leaves just as quickly. Sometimes money blocks are connected to family loyalty patterns. You might unconsciously believe that becoming wealthy would mean betraying your family's values or leaving behind people you love. These blocks can be particularly stubborn because they're connected to your need for belonging and connection. Healing these patterns involves understanding that you can be financially successful and still maintain loving relationships, that your abundance can actually support and uplift the people you care about. The process of clearing money blocks isn't something you do once and then you're finished. It's an ongoing practice of noticing when old patterns arise and choosing new responses. Each time you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought about money, you have an opportunity to pause, breathe, and choose a thought that supports your abundance instead. This gentle, consistent work is what creates lasting transformation. Now let's talk about affirmations and how to use them in a way that actually works. Affirmations aren't just positive statements you repeat hoping that somehow they'll magically change your life. They're tools for reprogramming your subconscious mind, but only when they're used correctly. The key is to choose affirmations that feel true or at least possible for you right now, and to say them with genuine feeling rather than just going through the motions. One of the most powerful money affirmations is, "I am open to receiving money in wonderful and unexpected ways." This affirmation works because it doesn't require you to believe you already have millions of dollars, which your logical mind would reject. Instead, it opens you to possibilities and helps you stay alert to opportunities that might come from directions you hadn't considered. Another beautiful affirmation is, "Money flows to me easily and effortlessly." When you say this, pay attention to how it feels in your body. If it creates tension or disbelief, you might need to start with something gentler like, "I am willing to allow money to flow more easily," or "I am learning to receive money with grace." The goal is to find words that create expansion and possibility rather than resistance. "I deserve to be financially abundant" is an affirmation that goes directly to the heart of many people's money blocks. If this feels too big right now, you might start with, "I deserve to have enough," or "I am worthy of financial peace." The key is to say these words while connecting with the feeling of being truly valuable and deserving of good things. If you just repeat the words without feeling, they won't have much impact. One of my favorite affirmations for releasing money fears is, "I trust the universe to support me financially." This helps you move from trying to control every detail of how money comes to you, to allowing yourself to be supported by the larger intelligence of life. When you truly trust that the universe wants you to thrive, you can relax and be open to receiving support in ways you might never have thought of. The timing of when you use affirmations matters just as much as the words themselves. Your subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming when you're in a relaxed, meditative state. This might be first thing in the morning when you're still soft and open from sleep, or last thing at night as you're drifting off. You can also use affirmations during meditation, while taking a bath, or anytime you're feeling peaceful and receptive. The emotional component is what makes affirmations truly powerful. When you say, "I am abundant," try to connect with times in your life when you felt truly abundant. Maybe when you were surrounded by friends who loved you, or when you were in nature feeling connected to the beauty of life, or when you successfully helped someone with a problem. Abundance isn't just about money. It's a feeling of fullness and richness that can be cultivated in many ways. Some people find it helpful to create personal affirmations based on their specific money blocks. If your particular challenge is feeling worthy of receiving, you might create an affirmation like, "I gracefully accept all the good that life offers me." If your challenge is fear of not having enough, you might work with, "There is more than enough for everyone, including me." The most effective affirmations are often the ones that speak directly to your unique healing needs. It's also important to understand that affirmations work best when they're supported by aligned action. You can't just sit on your couch repeating, "I am wealthy," and expect money to fall from the sky. But when you combine affirmations with the inspired actions that arise from your abundance consciousness, you create a powerful combination that can transform your financial reality more quickly than you might believe possible. Creating lasting change in your financial reality requires more than just understanding these concepts. It requires weaving them into the fabric of your daily life through simple, loving practices. The exercises I'm about to share with you aren't complicated or time-consuming, but they're incredibly powerful when done consistently. Think of them as daily vitamins for your abundance consciousness, nourishing your money mindset little by little until financial well-being becomes your natural state. Let's start with a beautiful morning ritual that will set the tone for your entire day. Before you get out of bed, while you're still in that soft, dreamy space between sleep and waking, place your hands on your heart and take 3 deep breaths. Feel your heartbeat beneath your hands and silently say, "Thank you for this new day full of possibilities." Then, still with your hands on your heart, think of 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. They can be as simple as having a warm bed or as significant as loving relationships in your life. After expressing gratitude, spend a few moments feeling into the energy of abundance. Imagine golden light filling your heart and radiating out through your entire body. As this light expands, allow yourself to feel the truth that you live in an abundant universe where there's more than enough for everyone, including you. You don't need to visualize specific amounts of money or particular outcomes. Just bathe in the feeling of being supported and provided for by life itself. When you're ready to get up, carry this feeling of abundance with you as you go about your morning routine. Notice how differently you move through the world when you're anchored in this energy of plenty rather than rushing from a place of lack or urgency. This simple practice of starting your day from abundance consciousness rather than stress or worry sets a completely different energetic foundation for everything that follows. In the evening before you go to sleep, create another ritual that reinforces your new relationship with money. Sit quietly and review your day, looking specifically for evidence of abundance that showed up. Maybe someone bought you coffee, you found a parking space right when you needed it, you received a kind message from a friend, or you noticed something beautiful in nature. The key is to train your mind to see abundance in all its forms, not just money. After acknowledging the abundance that was already present in your day, spend a few minutes in gratitude for any money that flowed to you, even if it was just a few dollars. Feel genuine appreciation for every penny, every payment, every financial blessing, no matter how small. This practice of celebrating all money that comes to you, regardless of the amount, signals to the universe that you're a good steward of abundance and ready to receive more. Then, as you're drifting off to sleep, allow yourself to feel the emotions of your financial dreams already being fulfilled. Don't worry about the details of how it will happen. Just feel the peace, joy, and freedom that comes with having your money worries resolved. Let these positive emotions be the last thing your conscious mind experiences before you sleep, so your subconscious can work with these feelings throughout the night. Mirror work is another incredibly powerful practice for transforming your relationship with money. Each morning, look into your own eyes in the mirror and speak to yourself with the same love and encouragement you'd give to a dear friend. You might say, "I love and approve of myself exactly as I am," or "I deserve to receive good things," or "I trust myself to make wise financial decisions." The key is to maintain eye contact with yourself and speak with genuine warmth and kindness. If looking in the mirror and saying positive things about money feels uncomfortable at first, that's completely normal. Start with gentler statements like, "I'm learning to love myself," or "I'm open to feeling worthy of abundance." The resistance you feel is just old programming coming up to be healed. Be patient with yourself and keep practicing, even if it feels awkward initially. You can also use journaling as a powerful tool for shifting your money consciousness. Each week, write down your money story as if you're already living your financial dreams. Describe how it feels to wake up each morning knowing you have enough money, how you spend your days when financial stress is no longer a factor, and how you use your abundance to contribute to the world. Write in present tense, as if these things are already true, and allow yourself to feel the emotions that arise as you write. Another beautiful journaling practice is to write love letters to money itself. This might sound silly, but it's incredibly healing if you've had a conflicted relationship with money. Write to money as if it's a friend you've had misunderstandings with and you want to repair the relationship. Thank money for all the ways it has supported you, apologize for any times you've rejected or feared it, and express your desire to have a healthy, loving relationship moving forward. Visualization is another tool that can accelerate your manifestation process, but it works best when you focus more on feelings than on specific images. Instead of trying to visualize exact amounts of money or particular possessions, spend time each day feeling into the emotional experience of financial freedom. Feel the relief in your body when money stress is gone. Feel the joy of being able to give generously. Feel the confidence that comes with knowing you can handle whatever financial challenges arise. Now let's talk about the importance of taking action from this new state of abundance consciousness. Manifestation isn't just about thinking positive thoughts and hoping for the best. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts and creates wealth, and then taking actions that are aligned with that identity. But here's what's crucial to understand. The actions you take from abundance consciousness are different from the actions you take from desperation or fear. When you're operating from scarcity, your actions tend to be driven by urgency, fear of missing out, or the need to control every outcome. You might grab at opportunities without considering whether they're truly aligned with your values. You might say yes to work that drains your energy because you're afraid no other opportunities will come. You might hoard money or resources instead of allowing them to flow freely. But when you're anchored in abundance consciousness, your actions have a different quality. They feel more spacious, more joyful, and more sustainable. You make decisions from wisdom rather than fear. You can discern which opportunities are truly aligned with your path and which ones to gracefully decline. You trust that saying no to something that's not right opens space for something better to come along. Inspired action often comes as gentle nudges or sudden knowing rather than logical plans. You might feel called to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in years, only to discover they have exactly the opportunity you've been looking for. You might be inspired to take a class or attend an event where you meet a business partner or learn a skill that opens new financial doors. You might feel drawn to start a project or share a gift that eventually becomes a source of income. The key is learning to distinguish between inspired action and forced action. Inspired action feels light, exciting, and energizing, even if it also brings up some nervous excitement. Forced action feels heavy, draining, and like you're pushing against resistance. When you're aligned with abundance, you don't have to force opportunities to happen. You position yourself to recognize and respond to the opportunities that are naturally flowing toward you. This doesn't mean you sit back and wait for money to magically appear. It means you stay alert and responsive to the guidance that comes from your inner wisdom. Maybe you're inspired to update your resume, start a side business, invest in your education, or have a conversation with your boss about a raise. The difference is that these actions feel aligned and energizing rather than desperate or fear-based. Building trust in this process is essential. When you first start taking inspired action, your logical mind might resist because the actions don't always make obvious sense. You might be guided to do something that seems unrelated to your financial goals, only to discover later how it connected you to exactly what you needed. Learning to trust these subtle promptings is part of developing your abundance consciousness. It's also important to take care of the money that's already in your life, no matter how much or how little you currently have. This means paying your bills on time and with gratitude, keeping track of your finances without obsessing over them, and treating your money with respect. When you handle money with love and appreciation, you're demonstrating to the universe that you're ready to be trusted with more. Maintaining your abundance vibration over time is perhaps one of the most important skills you can develop because life will inevitably present challenges that test your new relationship with money. There will be times when old fears creep back in, when unexpected expenses arise, or when it seems like your manifestation efforts aren't working fast enough. During these moments, your ability to return to abundance consciousness determines whether you continue moving forward or slide back into old patterns. The first key to maintaining your money vibration is remembering that transformation happens in spirals, not straight lines. You might have days when you feel completely confident about money, followed by days when old anxieties resurface. This doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong or that the process isn't working. It simply means that deeper layers of healing are coming up to be addressed. Each time you move through one of these cycles with awareness and self-compassion, you become stronger and more stable in your abundance consciousness. When setbacks occur, and they will, the most important thing is how you respond to them. If an unexpected bill arrives or a financial opportunity falls through, you have a choice. You can let it trigger all your old fears and stories about money being scarce and unreliable, or you can breathe deeply, remind yourself that this is just one moment in time, and trust that solutions will appear as you maintain your abundance vibration. Developing emotional resilience around money means learning to stay centered during both the ups and downs of your financial journey. When money flows easily, you remain grateful without becoming attached or afraid of losing it. When money feels tight, you remain calm and resourceful without falling into panic or despair. This emotional stability is what allows you to make wise decisions regardless of your current financial circumstances. One powerful practice for maintaining your abundance vibration is to create what I call evidence lists. Regularly write down all the ways abundance has shown up in your life, both financially and in other forms. Include everything from finding money in old coat pockets to receiving unexpected gifts, from getting discounts on purchases to discovering free resources that help you. These lists serve as powerful reminders that you do live in an abundant universe, even when temporary challenges make it seem otherwise. Surrounding yourself with others who support your abundance journey can make a tremendous difference in maintaining your positive money vibration. This might mean joining groups or communities focused on financial empowerment, reading books, and listening to content that reinforces abundance consciousness, or simply being mindful about the conversations you have about money. If you're constantly surrounded by people who complain about lack and limitation, it becomes much harder to maintain your own positive frequency. Creating sustainable abundance habits means building your new relationship with money into your daily routine in ways that feel natural and enjoyable rather than forced or burdensome. This might look like starting each day with gratitude, ending each day by acknowledging the abundance that showed up, celebrating all money that flows to you regardless of the amount, or regularly practicing the visualizations and affirmations that resonate most deeply with you. Remember that building unshakable financial confidence is a process, not a destination. Each time you choose thoughts of abundance over thoughts of lack, each time you take inspired action despite feeling scared, each time you remain grateful during challenging moments, you're strengthening your abundance muscle. Over time, living from abundance consciousness becomes so natural that you can't imagine going back to your old relationship with money. The beautiful truth is that as you consistently practice these principles, you begin to embody abundance in a way that extends far beyond money. You become more generous with your time, more appreciative of beauty, more open to love, and more willing to share your gifts with the world. This embodiment of abundance consciousness is what makes you truly magnetic to all forms of prosperity. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to know how proud I am of you for being here, for being open to a new way of relating to money, and for having the courage to examine and heal old patterns that may have been with you for years. The fact that you've stayed with me through this entire journey tells me that you're serious about creating real change in your financial life, and that commitment is the foundation upon which all transformation is built. Take a moment right now to feel how different you are from when we started. Notice if there's more space around money topics, if your breathing feels easier when you think about finances, if there's a small seed of hope or possibility growing in your heart. These subtle shifts are actually profound transformations happening at the deepest levels of your being. They may seem small now, but they're the beginning of a completely new financial reality. The method I've shared with you today isn't just about attracting money. It's about becoming the person who naturally creates and maintains abundance in all areas of life. It's about healing the separation between your spiritual values and your material well-being. It's about recognizing that you deserve to thrive financially, not despite being a good person, but because you are a good person with gifts to share and contributions to make. Remember that this journey is uniquely yours. You don't need to compare your progress to anyone else's or judge yourself if the changes don't happen as quickly as you'd like. Every small step you take in the direction of abundance consciousness is valuable and meaningful. Every moment you choose love over fear around money is creating ripples of transformation that extend far beyond what you can see. I want to leave you with this knowing. You already have everything within you that you need to create the financial life you desire. The abundance you seek isn't somewhere out there waiting for you to become worthy enough to receive it. It's here, now, waiting for you to recognize it, embrace it, and allow it to flow through you into the world. You are not separate from abundance. You are an expression of the abundant universe itself. As you go forward from here, trust yourself, trust the process, trust that the universe truly does want you to prosper and thrive, and most importantly, trust in your own inherent worthiness to receive all the good that life has to offer. You are loved, you are supported, and you are deserving of every financial blessing that's making its way to you right now. The abundance you desire is not only possible, it's inevitable when you align with these principles and maintain them with love and consistency. Your financial transformation begins now, in this moment, with your willingness to see money through the eyes of love rather than fear. I believe in you completely, and I'm celebrating your success even before you can see it fully manifested in your physical reality. Go forward with confidence, beautiful soul. Your abundant life is waiting for you.